So now the traffic lights have been switched on permanently at the Bothwell Gardens Roundabout. We thought we'd do another little video for you to help you along the way. So we're approaching from where the wee Asda is, and we're going to take the first exit towards down past the Brig chippy. So we're looking at our road boards, road markings, and we can see what the lights are doing. So they've changed to red as we're approaching. So we're going to stop at the line, handbrake on while we're waiting. That's the safest option. And we're just keeping an eye on the traffic and on the lights. So lights are changing now as we move forward at the lights. We're just having a little look to the right, just to make sure those cars are stopping. With the lights being new, a lot of people are still a bit unfamiliar with what to do on the roundabout, although most people are stopping at the lights. So we're heading back down to the roundabout now. We're heading towards the Bothwell Gardens Roundabout. Now as we come around this bend, it's newly painted and the road boards are making sense. They've changed from the last video that we did, when the lights were on. So just be aware of that. So we're coming round, keeping tight to the left, so we come round in the left lane. Looking at our road board, we're going to head towards the A823 North, so it's marked on the road as well, so we're keeping in this lane. From this lane you can go first exit, second exit and third exit, so there's no real need for us to be in the right hand lane unless we're coming back down this road again. As we're approaching the lights, we're looking to see we've got a red light. We're going to mirror signal to the left, keeping in the left lane. You can see the stop line up ahead, so we're slowing down to stop at that. Looking onto the roundabout, you can see there's 3 lanes. As we come onto the roundabout, we're just going to stay in the left lane to take the first exit. The lights are changing to green. A quick look to the right to make sure that everybody's stopped there. Keeping that signal down as we come off the roundabout and head up the hill towards the police station. So we're now coming down the hill from the police station, and we're going to be taking the first exit towards the train station. So looking at your road board, it tells you first exit from the station. It's going to be marked on the road as well. So mirror signal left, keeping an eye on the lights because they may change. So the lights could change quite quickly for you, so be aware of that. So again, stopping at the stop line, handbrake on while we're waiting. Now once we get through this set of lights, there's not another set of lights for us. We can just head straight off the roundabout. Green light now, so we're just creeping round slowly, keeping your speed low because the first exit's tight, remember. So keeping your speed low and steering pretty far to the left as you come around that bend, so you're not drifting onto the other side of the road again. And this time again, we're going to take the first exit. Now the queues can build quite quickly here because it's not controlled by traffic lights. It's a standard give way, as it always has been on approach to this roundabout. There's a yellow box in front of us. Now we're going left, so it's not an issue for us. However, the queues are building because you can really only fit 2 cars at the traffic lights in front of us before you start going into that yellow box. So any cars going straight ahead from this lane will have to wait, even if it's clear on the right, which can cause the queues to build up a bit more. Just getting a good look to the right as I'm creeping forward, and it's clear for me to go, so I'm going to head onto the roundabout, watching out for my pedestrian crossing as I come off, because again I may need to stop if those lights are red with a pedestrian waiting to cross. So heading back down from Asda towards the Brig roundabout. This time we're going to take the second exit, so the A823 North. So looking at my road boards there, looking at my roundabout road board as well, watching the lights ahead, having a quick look to see what's happening behind me as I slow down for the lights. The lights have just changed to green, but the lights ahead on the roundabout have also just changed. So as we're approaching, coming through this green light, we should be able to keep going here. Still green, watching the car on the left as it stops for the pedestrian crossing. So that's going to drive straight towards the fence there, and coming off the roundabout. We need to drive towards that fence to keep in your lane so that you don't drift into the middle at all, because there'll be other cars coming round in that middle lane. So coming back down from the police station, and we're heading towards the Brig roundabout to take the second exit for the A823 south towards Edinburgh and Rosyth. So we're starting to slow down a little now, so I know I need to stay in this lane. I'm looking at the lights ahead, which are red at the minute. If I time it nicely, I might be able to keep going if they change back to green. So just keep slowing. Looks like we're going to have to stop, so I'm giving myself plenty of distance from the vehicle in front. Now as we come onto this roundabout, remember there's a box junction, so we're going to keep an eye out for anybody that may be queuing onto that. They shouldn't be sitting in that box, but I have noticed people haven't been paying attention to that and queuing out onto the roundabout. And at this point we're going to mirror signal left and just head straight through that box and off the roundabout again. We're going to go straight ahead, second exit. So approaching the roundabout, looking to the right as we get a bit closer, looking ahead as well. Now you can't really see the green light there, but there is a green light on. You can see it on the second light, it's changing back to red now. As if it's a red light and you're coming on from Woodmill Street, just make sure that you can fit over that yellow box. We do not want to enter the roundabout if you cannot fit across the other side of that yellow box, otherwise you are causing an obstruction to the traffic that wants to come down through that box and off towards Asda. Even if it's clear from the right, if there's not room for you over that box, you need to wait. And just coming off, signalling to the left for any pedestrians that may be wanting to cross at that crossing. So coming back down from Netherton Broad Street, we're going to go towards the station this time. So it's marked clearly on the road as STN. Now we're staying in the left lane for that, approaching the roundabout, the red light, slowing down to stop. Now as when we come onto the roundabout, we're coming onto the middle lane. Now some cars haven't got used to the new layout and they're coming into the middle lane from the right hand lane, coming onto the roundabout. So just as we come onto the roundabout, get a little look to your right, make sure that they're staying in their lane. They should only be going into the right hand lane. There's somebody has now tried to shoot through the red light. So just that's why we look to the right, folks, as we're coming onto the roundabout. So coming through our green light now, and we're going to mirror signal to the left, keep it slow, coming off the roundabout. Approaching the Brig roundabout now from Woodmill Street, we're going to take the A823 north. So again, we're looking at our road board, and we're going to it's the third exit to the right on the roundabout. So we're going to mirror signal to the right, and remember we need to give way here. Looking ahead onto the roundabout, we can see the light is red on the roundabout. There's a bit of a queue to get on, and we're all going the same way, so do not block the box, remember, like the car in front of us is doing. So the car in front has just seen that it's clear on the right and not looked ahead to make sure that it's clear for them to get over that box. The lights have changed to green, I've looked to the right, it is clear now. So when you're approaching, look to the right and ahead to make sure you have space in that box. Over the box, sorry, not in it. We don't want to sit in the box, people. So stopped at the next red light on the roundabout. You won't get around all the way without having to stop on this roundabout. Well, from the direction of Woodmill Street, I mean. So green light now, we're coming around, we're going to mirror signal left. Look into the left lane, double check it. If it's clear, we can come off in the left lane, which it was there. If it is not, then you'll need to come off in the right hand lane and move back over to the left when it's safe to do so. Generally, when I've been driving around there, it has been clear in the left hand lane for us to move over as we come off the roundabout. Now this time we are coming down from the police station roundabout down towards the Brig roundabout. We're going to take the third exit to the right. So I'm going to move over into the right hand lane, making sure it's safe before I move over. And I'm going to leave my signal up as we're taking the third exit. Now as we approach the lights, they are green. The car in front's maybe not sure where they're going. So dropping into second gear, and yeah, the lights have changed before we've got there. Now while while we're waiting for this light to change back to green, popping my handbrake on, and I'm looking ahead because what I'm looking for here is where the box junction is. I need to move around into that outside lane, which is close to the little island. And so I'm watching for the cars coming on from Woodmill Street because they might take that space. Now if there are two cars waiting and it looks like you're not going to get round, just when the light's green, just take it slow coming out. So just kind of creep it out nice and slowly, and by the time you get to this box junction, we're going to have a quick look to the left, make sure it's safe coming into the left lane, and the lights have changed to green by the time you get round. So if the queue's built up there, just come out nice and slowly and you should be able to get round through that box junction as the lights change to green. So this time we're coming from Netherton Broad Street and we are heading towards Rosyth. It's the third exit on the roundabout. It's the A823 South as marked on the road. We're going to mirror signal to the right. We're coming into the middle lane here when the light goes to green. Watch out again for cars on the right who may encroach into that lane. Looking ahead at the traffic lights, you can see how that queue at the red light there can affect the cars going up the hill. See how we're queued back onto the roundabout. But it will impact the cars going up towards the police station. Just taking our time here, letting them get off the roundabout, and mirror signal to come off the roundabout, checking the pedestrian crossing as we come off. So this time we're going to take the third exit, so I'm going to move over into that right hand lane by mirror signalling, checking your blind spot, moving over. I'm going to leave my signal up here because I'm going to take the third exit to the right, which is taking me towards the station. There's a bit of a queue here now. As we come on, we're probably going to get stopped at some point on the roundabout this time. So just checking the lights ahead, watching the traffic on the right. So still a green, so we're coming through. Keeping on the inside of the roundabout, so inside lane. Now we're going to follow the line on the left as we come round here towards the middle lane. So look left and make sure that nobody's moving into that lane, which they shouldn't be doing. But as we come round, I'm keeping my signal up, but I need to stop now at this line. Now the traffic coming behind me is going up the hill. So the back of my car is now sticking out into their lane, but I've no option. I can't go any further forward. Green light, I'm starting to move onto the roundabout now. Keeping my speed low because this exit is tight, remember, so keep your speed low coming round that bend.